Hi everyone, we are back. It's Liz Green here, the Law of Attraction Queen, for very nice high vibes with my mate.
The happy Jackster, otherwise known as Jacqueline Wood.
Woohoo! It's great to be back. We were just saying it feels like I saw you last week, but it's been a while since we checked in, hasn't it?
I know, but it doesn't feel like that, does it? Because you've got Facebook and every day there's just banter going on, isn't there, all the time? So
yeah,
it's amazing.
We're always
how
to-ing and fro-ing. Shall I tune in with my message from the tea? I'm still drinking my yogi teas. And this one's lovely, look. It says, kindness is your beauty. Kindness is your beauty. How nice is that? And look at this. Ba, ba, ba.
Now that is gorgeous. I'll have it up again.
Do you like? Da, da, da. I should have done my fingernails really, shouldn't I? I ran out of time, I'll be honest. But yeah, treat myself to a new ring. It's diamonds as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I wouldn't expect anything less from the Queen.
How does it get even better? So, how's 2012 going for you then?
It's going absolutely brilliantly. And I was just going to say, for those who are new watchers, they might realise that we have a slightly relaxed attitude to talking to each other, and they're going like, oh, do they know I'm here? Yes, we know you're here. It's just the way we do things, and we like to do it like that, don't we? Very spontaneous.
We do, yeah.
Yes, like you said, 2012. It feels like it should be June already. And I found that after Christmas and New Year, after a long period of really just letting go and almost getting worried that I was getting stagnant, but just kept trusting that I was just letting everything go and just letting the universe orchestrate and unfold and try not to control things. But obviously you have your moments where you're like, I should be taking action. But I was like, well, you know what it is? It's not going to do me any harm to have a few weeks where I really just let go of it all. And since 2012, it just seems to be like on this roll now of things. But obviously I'll talk a bit more about different things that have been happening. But really excited for this year.
Yeah,
what about you?
I am. I'm the same, and you know me. And yeah, I'm glad you mentioned to everybody out there who's watching this. We just record our chats, don't we, Jackie? Just join together, and you've inspired me to share even more vibes, because I've had quite a few people contact me and say, let's have a Skype chat, let's share vibes. And I thought, well, just like me and you do, rather than just keeping it to myself, how I see it, even more so this year in 2012, is that we are all one, we're all a reflection of each other. Therefore, we should share our vibes with everybody. I guess that's more the angle I'm going at in 2012, is just to, I guess, let it naturally unfold. Because you know me, and what I was going to say is I am quite a big controller. I'm a planner. The old me, prior to Law of Attraction and what I do now, was always had a plan. A list of things to do it this way. And it's been quite a difficult journey for me over the past couple of years to start to let go. But yeah, I can feel in 2012, because of the quickening, because of how things are unfolding, we're having to listen to our inner guidance. It's almost like we're being forced to instantly having to switch to being in the flow more and more. What do you think?
Definitely, and it's what I've noticed is that at the moment, have this unfolding of ideas and things like that, and what I'm really focusing on is really just getting in that good feeling place more than anything else, because I keep thinking if I get into the good feeling place, then I have the access to the actions that I want to take, to the calls, all the information's in there. So I keep trying to, even if I don't feel good, instead of trying to fix it, I just even it could be housework. Even. Trying to do housework from outside the vortex, you just can't get anywhere with it. Do it in the vortex, and it's like your whole house is like it's shiny and clean, but then you think, well, how do I do that?
I only do my housework in the vortex now, and I can do it all within an hour to 2 hours. I'm like Mary Poppins. Is it Mary Poppins? I don't know. Anyway, I can just whiz round and the house is absolutely beautiful, and I enjoy it. And I think that's what's coming in more and more is, you put it on your Facebook this morning, just get in the vortex, which for anybody who's watching who doesn't know, it's just the positive vibe. It's your highest state of connectedness and just enjoying life.
that good feeling place, isn't it?
Yeah.
So what I've noticed is that from rather than trying to plan things out, I've been getting in my vortex and then just allowing from that good feeling space that little bit of action to come out of that. Now, part of me thinks at first it's a little hard to get used to because you're like, well, what am I supposed to do with the rest of my time now? What I need to do now is to open up to more ways of having fun. And it's like inspired work, the stuff. It's like well, actually, I'll start with this one. This will make you laugh because you said about the message on your cup.
Oh, that's fab! I'm in the vortex. I wondered if it was a real mug or if you just picked up a picture online because I saw it on your Facebook.
Well, this is the magic of the universe. I'll give this as an example. I've been, ages ago, because I have it on my YouTube, I have it open so that people can give donations if they want. But at one point, I just sat and really tried to open to what else was possible, and I really got it from the universe. You need to have a product, or you need to have products. Not you need to, but it was like I could see some kind of something that I could actually sell, not just in services like coaching and stuff, but actually something fun.
Something tangible, something that people can feel and touch and have,
and something that I would like to have, and I know that probably other people would like to have. So with that in mind, without taking action towards it, I just kept getting in the vortex. So then I've played around with the designs and things like that. And I went to see how much the order would be, and without even pushing it that I would actually buy any product. And I'm online, click, 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 do my design, that's nice. I wonder if, blah, 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 all that. And I'm trying to work out what the price was. And then I try to go through, how you go through PayPal.
Yeah.
You try to get to your total, and I was like, click, 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 click. Oh, shit. Oops, I've just bought one.
So did you just buy one of them without knowing then?
One. Well, I bought a big box full.
That's brilliant. So you bought a full box of them?
And part of me went, oops. And then I had this rush, like a good feeling. I thought, it felt like I was like, and I went to my husband and I was like, oh, I've just bought all these cups by accident. Accident. Felt quite funny. He went, do you have any money to pay for those? I was like, I don't know. Anyway, so and it's just things like that. It's just that kind of pop, and now I've got the cups, and every day I've been doing a little bit on my blog, and now I'm looking at my husband was looking at going, wow, that's quite impressive, because now you've got a little place for a shop, and something for the coach and something for the videos, and it's just doing itself really, really slowly, rather than it being a big planned out thing. I just think there's more and more to come, but it's just tiny little bits at a time. So
that's cool. And I'm reflecting back to you because I'm the same. Obviously, I've been putting it out there. I mean, the big thing for me so far this year, just to share with you and everybody, you'll know it's been my magical meetups and workshops, which I'll go on to in a minute. But as far as products go, I thought the same. I've got a lot of people visit me and follow me and come to my website, and not everybody wants one-to-one coaching. Not everybody lives near me and wants to come to a workshop, and it's like having something else, because obviously I've got my online community, but some people aren't that bothered. They're not as obsessed with online presence and connecting with communities as we are. And I go to a workshop every Wednesday evening, and I've been thinking about products. Nothing specific for me. Love the idea of mugs. I might have to be pinching that one. But I've thought of like tote bags and, just stuff with positive quotes on ages ago, and never thought of it again. Anyway, I was thinking products, and how can, I get my message out there and as something for people to enjoy. And a couple of things came to mind. And last Wednesday, I ended up sat next to a guy who's in a band and he's got a studio, and he just out of the blue said, nudged me and said, "Oh, I've been following you on Facebook. You know, if you ever want to record any audios to put on."
Do you know it?
Yeah, well,
I
kind
was
of.
the meetup.
Yeah,
Right,
I
I
only
wasn't
know
a random guy in it.
no, from this course. I've met him a couple of times, and he's been to see my Law of Attraction introduction. So I do know him, but it was so magical. He just nudged me and said, "I've got a recording studio, come and record some stuff, and we can get it on CD, on disc." And I was like, "Yay! How cool!" You know, it is when we just allow and have fun with it. It's easy, isn't it? Because I'd been thinking, I think I'm doing like 20 Law of Attraction introductions this year at Mind, Body, Spirit shows. Obviously, I do them for free. You know, surprise to some people, there's no money in that for me, but I love it. I really enjoy it. But then to have something to sell people, I guess, at the end and offer people, as well as my coaching and workshops, it's just magic. It's like, yeah, ticked box.
Difference between if you were like, oh, I want to get this CD out, and how am I going to do it? And I've got to find somebody who believes in it, and I've got to do this, and I've got to find the studio, and I've got to find the money for the studio, blah, blah, blah. You know, and that's the other journey, isn't it? And then if you just let it all go, like you say, you're sat next to somebody and they say, why don't you come to the studio? And
yeah, and to boot, he even said, I could do with some coaching, so we'll just do an energy exchange. I've got to say, right, one thing I'm loving this year so far is exchanges of energy. You know, just kind of everybody's realising that it isn't just about the money energy. The money's just energy. I'm saying money energy, but it's the exchange. I've had lots of exchanges to in and fro in and new experiences it's really cool.
And that's the other thing as well. It's not really about that. It's not really about the money, though it's nice to allow the money as well. But it's just more about just that feeling. It's the good feeling that you get from creating, and you know, when people participating and flow backwards and forwards. And you know, if you're in that space, everything just feels amazing. So.
That's it.
That's more important, is there?
No, it's about sharing. I want to get my hands on one of those mugs, so. Seeing you've got a box full left, Fab, let's have another look.
Oh, no, I'm excited about that.
Yay! And you did the heart design then?
No, I didn't actually. I've actually stolen it, but I can use it.
That's okay then. I'm just thinking, you know, your powers of manifestation. Go on.
I'm not going to get in any copyright trouble.
Well, I was going to say, your powers of manifestation, you could end up with 1,000 people ordering those mugs and you've got a copyright. But yeah, I
can't use it, so that's okay.
It's all good. And do you know, and I feel inspired to say, because one of the other things I've been playing with, and I know you have too, because I can just see the clapping hands behind you in the picture, is how easy it is to manifest stuff by living in the question and saying, you know, what would it take for ... to happen? Because I'm kind of feeling and getting really excited about the possibility of being on TV or radio at the moment, because we chatted about having stuff to give to people and, you know, creating stuff that people can partake in. Well, I feel really strongly that I want to get my message out to even more people this year. And I keep saying, you know, what would it take? What would it take to get my message out and have some positive stuff in the media and on the telly and, you know, whether it be me or somebody else, who knows? But yeah, that's a major thing that I'm flowing towards this year.
I would suspect as well that the whole internet's going to change. That I would imagine that people are going to start, you know, like TV companies on the internet, but in a slightly more serious way. You know what I mean? Like you've got your BBC and this, that, and the other, because there's just going to be, I think there's going to be more opportunities to even do that at different levels, and kind of, you know, where you've got more freedom, or where you actually can get an audience that you want, rather than it just being that they just happen to go on ITV and you're there and they're like going, oh my God, what's this about? Whereas you can actually get your select, you know.
Yeah. I like the sound of that. That's something I hadn't thought of, actually. I guess I've manifested you saying that when I was thinking, what else is possible?
Possibilities, yeah. I don't know, that popped in my head.
Yeah.
But that was another thing that was like, you know, the whole, the story that started off with the BBC mug and the being interviewed.
Well, that's the connection. That's why my mind's connected that, because of the mug thing. You know, there's a synchronicity there.
Yeah, so for anybody who didn't see that one, what it was is I was out in town, wanted to have a latte, ended up being interviewed by these guys from the BBC who were interviewing for the Turner Prize. I can taste the Turner Prize that was in Newcastle, and then that was fun at the time. And then obviously my friend went to the gallery, looked up, and here's my photograph on the wall, which was this one and that one, me being filmed. So I went to collect those, and actually, as I walked out of the art gallery, once again, there was a camera crew were actually filming these 3 people walking into the art gallery, and here's me and my daughter walking out to photograph. And I thought, isn't that fun? You know, it's just like little interest and manifestations and kind of indicators that I'm not sure what, but something's brewing.
That's it. It's the breadcrumbs. I call them the breadcrumbs, and it's fun. I can tell in that picture as well, the picture that was taken of you. I watched the video you made about it where you said you weren't necessarily in a moment of posing for a photo or anything, but it's an amazing picture. You can so tell that you, as your mug says, in the vortex. You're just like, yay, like, you know, that child in you coming through of this is exciting. And I've had, in the past couple of weeks, I've had a few similar breadcrumbs. I had a guy contact me from America to ask if I'd be interested in being involved in a TV show that's piloting at the moment. Now, it wasn't actually a match for me, but I found that really interesting that I was on the right track, and, you know, I was very grateful, but I was very honest.
What was he asking? What was his show?
I think it was something to do with like weird and wonderful, and maybe the word weird for me wasn't really a match, you know. Yeah, some people might think I'm a bit weird or strange and wonderful, but it just wasn't, and because it was only piloting and I'd have had to go to America, I thought, well, I kind of feel, and this is just my opinion, a lot of people who are from Britain, from England or the UK have got all these vibes they want to share, and quite a few of the people I know or I'm in connection with go to America because it's so much more open and well known there for personal development and law of attraction, whereas I kind of think, well, hang on a minute, the UK, you know, is ready for this now. America might be a little bit further forward, and hello to all our American friends, and this is global. It's really cool that this is global, but I kind of feel on an offline basis for me to start with, I'm loving sharing my vibes with people in Britain who are just learning about The Secret, who are just starting to get going. It's so exciting.
It is, and it's sort of like everybody's sort of just coming out, you know, with the internet, just everybody just connecting and just building up that kind of interest. It's just funny how, I mean, I just had what we call a magical meet-up on Monday.
You did, yeah. And I was there in spirit. I was there in spirit with you.
And then this other lady, Diane, she came all the way from Middlesbrough to come and spend some time in the afternoon, and it's worth meeting people, because I know it's easy for me and you, it's not easy for everybody, but if you can just if you have a good feeling about it, go for it. Obviously, if you don't have a good feeling, don't go meeting people. But I feel in a good place about that. So, and then the 3 of us met up and we're just talking, and you can just feel the energy flowing. It really creates just even a nice time, but you just know, being in that good feeling place, you just feel that things are expanding, and, you know, lots of opportunities and ideas, and just all start kind of shooting off from there.
And it's like you've got, the best way I can describe, it's got this little circle. I'll just show my ring off again while I'm doing it. This little circle, and there's all these little things, lines coming off it of energy.
Hello.
You are.
I just saw the ring.
Yeah, it's kind of, it leads to other stuff as well, because I know you're just starting with your meetups, but let me shine a light for you, and I guess for anybody else who's watching who wants to do them. I started my meetup on meetup.com, which is brilliant. It costs a little bit to run it, but that's fine too, but it comes up quite high on Google searches, so I've attracted about nearly 70 people now into the group, who are, a lot of them are coming to my workshops, and it's like every time I do something, new people will come, or people will, you know, be.
But it's free for people who want to go to the site, isn't it? They don't have to pay.
No, you just have to pay to be an organiser of meetups, you know, because you know, it's really organised, so it's cool, it's well worth it, but it's free for people to join and join the meetups. And it was end of September I started. After we'd met in London, actually, I realised that my life was online and then I wanted to meet more people. And the first few, there was only, you know, 1 or 2 people, then it was 2 or 3, and then it generally tended to be about 6. And then my first workshop this year, I had 12 people, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. It was so powerful. And last Monday, again, there were 12 of us at the coffee shop. We even manifested our very own room. The lady at the coffee shop said, you've been coming a while, haven't you? And you come every other Monday. And I said, yeah. She says, well, there's far too many people for table 31 because everybody was ordering the coffees to go there. And I said, I know. There's loads of people showed up. And she said, well, look, I'll pencil you in to have, it's like a room you can hire. But she's penciled us in to have that every Monday when we want it for free. So thank you, universe. You know, how lovely is that? And
Amazing.
yeah, and it's what it's leading to as well. The people I've met, I'm now got a workshop tonight, one that I'm going to. So I'm doing my own, but I'm also going to a lot, and I've got another one tomorrow, then a happiness group in a few weeks. So there's all this magic online, like with you and our friends and connections and whoever else wants to join in. But then there's a recreation of that offline. You know, so you've got the real life hugs as well as the cyberspace ones, and it's a great mix, a good balance.
And it is just such a good feeling, isn't it? And also, obviously, I don't even know who's coming. I assume that you're coming in April.
Yes, we'll be there.
I just think about that because I was just in my vortex, you know, feeling good, just popped it out there. Somebody mentioned they were coming in spring, so I just picked a date out the hat and just to see who was interested, and obviously not thought too much about it over Christmas. And now I looked at the date and realised it's literally Easter weekend. Now I know that a lot of people are tied up in things over Easter, and also it's a very expensive time to go and visit London, and you know there'd be like loads of people there, and maybe I'm just a bit, you know, I like to be spoiled. I like to be in places where you kind of get the service and you know what I mean, nice and easy and relaxed.
Yeah, so, manifest a nice peaceful time.
So I think what was the date that I found, because my husband was away the week after, so that's the 20-something. Anyway, anybody who is interested in finding out about that, that's
it's funny now because my mind's ticking and I'm thinking, I know that kind of loads of Saturdays throughout this year I've got mind, body, spirit shows booked, you know, to do my law of attraction introduction, and I know that I'm on at the Manchester Monastery in the afternoon of something like the 18th of April. It's a Saturday, so my mind's ticking, but I'm sure we'll manifest it.
Right. So this is I've put down. It still says dates to be confirmed. 20th of April. That's what I've put down.
What day is that then? A Saturday?
Well, that's the Friday or something. So you might be the week before would be something like the 15th or 16th.
Oh, I think it's that, you know. Look at us live on Very Nice High Vibe, manifesting the ideal date. But I'm sure it'll work out perfect. And I'll, you know, even if I come down for the day on the Sunday or, you know, whatever it is, there's going to be a magical meetup in April.
And you know, as well, it's like anybody can feel like this. You know, first you're thinking, oh my goodness, how am I going to, you know, how are you going to make sure that everybody can, you know, and then you just think, you know what, universe, do your thing.
That's it.
You know,
yeah.
Everybody has to be there. Not everybody will want to be there. Not everybody needs to be there. So if it's in your heart that you want to be there, you can be excited about it. See it as a magical rendezvous. It's going to be easy and fun, and then I think it'll just happen, you know?
It will, and there'll be lots more. And do you know, there's probably people watching us thinking, that's all right, but I'm in Australia or I'm in America and I can't come. But at the end of the day, we're always vibing online anyway. So, you know, everybody's got the opportunity to connect online. You've got your Vortex Treehouse group. I've got my lab, Law of Attraction Believers community. So there's all that, and that's brilliant. This is just an offshoot. It's just an offshoot of what's being created, and it's a natural progression, isn't it? You know, you've got our picture of everybody up on your Facebook, haven't you, when we met in London last year? Fab.
Yeah.
And Gary hiding behind my hand.
I know, I want somebody to superimpose his face over the top. I'm not with these girls.
He manifested that. He was hiding, pretending not to be with us. But yeah, it's lovely just to, even just connecting now on Skype. This is powerful. The YouTubes, the videos that we do, I've been getting quite a few responses from people and enjoying co-creating together. Have you been doing that yet, Jackie? Because, you know, like sort of video responses from people, I often forget to say, respond to me with a video, and let's say it now, respond to this with a video. Because it's lovely to meet people. Like, for me, I'll share what's been coming up for me. In the lab community that I run, the Law of Attraction Believers community, I've loved actually seeing people who I've connected with on email. I've seen their name and their words, but now I can see them on video, and it's a really, the energy's amazing to do that, isn't it?
Well, it is, and what I've noticed sometimes as well, that the people's names who I see all the time, they may not even have their photograph, or they do have their photograph, but you just see them and then suddenly you realise, oh, they've got a YouTube account and they're actually doing videos, but they didn't share them.
Yeah.
It's like, put yourself out there, it's okay, just, we're all friends here. We're all, you know what I mean? It's like everybody's quite, and I know there can be lots of things that come up. You're like, oh, well, I put it out there, and what are people going to think? What if nobody watches it? What if nobody comments? What if, what if? But you just got to not care, I think.
That's it. Just do it. In the words of Nike, just do it. It's like with anything in life, you can always think, what if? Like you with the meetups. What if nobody comes? What if nobody shows up? When I first started doing my coffee meetups, I didn't have anybody said they were coming. I used to just go, and then a couple of people would come, and I'd be like, yay! I remember the very first time I did a coffee meetup was actually before I even met you in London. Can you remember? I once went one Saturday lunchtime to Bretton, and I took you with me in spirit, and I made a little video. I took a photograph of my coffee because nobody came. But that was fine too. I think it was you. I took you and Anik with me in spirit, and I just sat there on my own. But I was there, and it was like the intention behind it set the ball rolling for it to actually manifest in reality.
Yeah.
Oh, that's quite powerful, that. Did you get that power? The intention of it unmanifests. So we do something and it doesn't happen, yeah, but we've done it and it hasn't come together. Yeah, so nobody showed up, or the thing we wanted hasn't happened. The intention of taking the inspired action and doing it creates it next time or the time after, and the ball rolls and it grows.
Now that reminds me of something that Bashar said once. Somebody asked, how do you speed up manifestation? And he was saying, like, if you actually act it out, that will really speed up manifestation. So people are really desperate for something to happen. Though obviously you want to do it from a really feeling good place, because it's feeling inspired. Like, for instance, there's stories of people who want to work abroad, so they'd like pack their bags every day, and they'd go to the airport with the suitcases every day, and the next thing you know, within a month, they've got this job going around the world, traveling. So yeah,
I like that. Yeah, I'm trying to think I'm trying. I should just let it go now. It's like, oh, I wonder what I could do to act out.
But like you say, once you put the question out and you put it out there to the universe, then you might go, oh, do you know what it is? I quite fancy dressing up like this. It's like if people, for instance, were thinking, oh, I wish I had faces to get dressed up and go out, look, with long dresses and tiaras or whatever. The best thing you could probably do is be in the house, put your long dress on and tiara, get ready like you're actually going somewhere, and do it for the fun of it. And I'm sure before you know it, there'll be a ball on or or a big event to go to.
Yeah.
Try that.
Yeah, I'm thinking that. That sounds good. You see, the part of me wants to overthink it now, but yeah, I'm just going to let it go and say, yeah, what else is possible? How does it get any better than this anyway? We talk about TV and manifesting this, this, and this. We're on our very own TV show right now. How does it get any better?
I know, and that's what especially with somebody who maybe, this is what I've thought a lot of the time, that they've got a dream that they're going to be like a TV star or this, that, and the other. And that's great, you get that goal, but it's just so far away that if you keep focusing on it too much, it can kind of throw you out, can't it? And get you kind of like more contrast and clarity. And it's like me, I just started doing my YouTube just because I wanted to be able to talk in front of the camera, get used to it. And slowly it just kind of, you know what I mean? It like kind of snowballs and more people are kind of watching and you get more confident and then you get more ideas. And then we are doing the very nice high vibes. And then last week I was introduced to the world of Google Hangouts.
Yeah.
So I watched the one with David Beckham. I haven't just had a dream. Again, once again, I had this dream where I was at school and I was older and I suddenly felt like I was on the outside again, like I was at school. And you know that, and I was thinking it was just like this, sort of like, oh, I'm like different, you know. And then David Beckham was there and he gave us a hug and I leaned into him.
I'd have leaned into him as well. Oh, David.
Oh, but the dream really was as innocent as that. You know, the comfort of leaning in now. Like, you know that I would love to get up and speak in front of people and maybe do things like television and stuff like that. But for somebody who has come from a very contrasting situation to do that, I've gone from doing YouTube, doing this with you, I thought Google Hangouts. Get used to speaking and chatting with like 10 people online. It's like it's leaning into it.
Yeah.
So David Beckham was doing Google and that gave me the idea and I was like, oh yes, this is just the leaning in.
I'm going to say I don't know anything about Google Hangout, so because I know you introduced me to it, or you sent me an invite, so I joined it, and then you know me, I'm on.
Oh, you were going to want to know about Google Hangout.
Oh yeah. What's it like then?
So basically, what you can do is you start to get your friends that are into law of attraction, and what you do is you invite your friends. You're on screen, or whoever they can control whoever's on screen, and you can get up to 10 people who are online, and you can see them.
What, and do like talk, interactive?
Yeah, so like this, but then let's see how you've got you can see your little, do you have a little picture of yourself there?
Yeah, like I've got a little square and then there's a bigger square of you.
So the first 10 people who are there can get online. As one leaves, click another one can come in and join the conversation.
Ah, cool.
Now, what's the way to either just have a friendly magical meetup?
Yeah.
To do a seminar, a course, a talk, but it's just another way of meeting up.
Ah.
Free and it's easy and it's just all there for,
that sounds cool.
You are going to love that.
Yeah. Oh, well, invite me along. I'll have a hangout with you online. So what we've talked about magical meetups, as I always say, online, offline, any line, there's always ways to connect, isn't there?
Yeah.
How cool. Google Hangout. What else is possible?
That's possible.
How does it get even better?
It just kind of like stepping stones, isn't it?
It is, because I did, you came on one of them actually. I did a Skype call, because you can have up to 25 people on a Skype call. The first one was okay.
Can you see them, or is that just...
No, you see, it's just voices. The first one, the connection was okay. The second one, it was an absolute abomination. It was one of those manifestations where you're like, how did I manifest this? It was funny, but...
When I was at, it was fine, wasn't it?
Yeah, the one after, everybody kept dropping out, and then I lost my place. And then listen to this, right at the end, about 5 minutes before I finished, the Santa van, because it was just before Christmas, and we have a Santa van that comes round near where we live, with like Santa on singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and it was really loud, and there was all this music banging out, and Santa singing, "We wish you a Merry Christmas," and I was trying to be really kind of professional and do my presentation, and that's when I just decided, just leave this now, Liz. So for me, like the online coaching's great. I love coaching through Skype and on the phone. One-to-one, it's brilliant. But online group stuff, for me, I'm just like, I'll park that for now and see what comes in. But I'll have to have a look at Google Hangout. It sounds good. Is there any Santas, singing Santas on it?
Well, it's a sort of thing as well that, anybody can do one, so it could be either whoever's online or it could be an organised event, but it could just be fun, even just to arrange a meet-up, get a few of our friends that want to meet up, like 10 people, and just play with it, and see where it goes from there. Yeah,
well, that's what my theme for the Magical Monday meetups, all we do is just go around each person and say, what have you manifested since you were last here? What are you grateful for? And what are you in the process of manifesting? Or, last one I did was ask the question, or say, I love the idea of ... happening. And we can do that on a Google Hangout. So yeah, let us know if you want to come along.
And I think as well, there must be an opportunity to have a link that it can be rewatched. I'm sure you must.
Yeah.
I think once it's on, I can't see it not being. Anyway,
well, you'll have to have a look. You're good at stuff like that. She says with a wink, you're good at stuff like that.
No, on my Facebook page, it's got, for fun, I put up, it's like a Muppet Google Hangout. So if you just watch a bit of it, you'll get an idea.
Oh, is that what that is? Because I saw the Muppet thing. Because obviously, there's certain pages like you and Sally, and certain pages I always drop by because I know you'll have posted some inspirational videos. And I saw that, but I've never been a fan of the Muppets, so I just left it. But I'll have a look now. Oh, isn't it exciting? I'm so excited to be connecting today. You know, just perfect time again. But it feels like we did this last week.
And it's fun because, you know, anybody watching, you know, hopefully it kind of triggers off little ideas for them. And anybody can do a Google Hangout. Anybody can sell products. Anybody can
do anything.
You know what I mean? Just get in that good feeling place and do it from there.
Yeah.
And think of this as like, you know, something to maybe help you get a bit inspired. Inspires me anyway.
Yeah, I'm inspired. Hey, did you know that I'm doing law of attraction parties?
No.
How cool is this, right? So one of the ladies who comes to my meetups said, it's my birthday and I'm inviting like 10 friends over and will you come and do as a magical manifesting party? And I was like, yeah, will I ever?
Oh.
I was like, thank you, universe. It's going to be in March, I think. So I added a page to my blog saying, like, I do parties and vibe shares online as well now, because I thought, well, this is fun. You know, whatever's fun, follow it. That's kind of my theme for this year is do it if it's fun.
I did remember somebody saying once to come from a party or a get-together where they did a vision board. That we could see people with a bit of paper and sticking.
Yeah, that'd be cool. You see, for me, I'm quite wordy, aren't I? You know, I like my words, so I'm thinking, I could see people coming to a magical manifesting party with you and there'd be paints and swirly vortexes being created and glitter and vision boards. You see, there's an idea for you. But for me, when I do my workshops, I spend the first half an hour kind of almost channeling my guidance. I'll just have a script and I just see what comes up for whoever's going to be there. Even though I don't know who's going to be there, I just kind of tune in, breathe, relax and allow. So I'm thinking the same, but then posing some questions, you know, like about what people want to manifest and yeah, I'm dead excited. It's all good.
It's all nice, like giggling and going, oh, you know, do I dare see what it is I want?
Yeah, just some really high vibes, you know, just, so, you know, those situations in life, and we had it in London where this is the feeling I've been getting in my workshops and online in the lab and joining up with people. Like when we were in London, it was like there was a ball of energy in the middle of us all. You'll remember, and it was just so connected, like each other bouncing off each other and loads of synchronicities. And that's what I'm loving right now about everything. Just, yeah, the turned on, tuned in, tapped on. What is it? Tapped in to universal energy.
And it's just having conversations like we are having now, and like you're saying, you have them in a magical meetup or, you know, a meetup or connecting online on Facebook, on YouTube. The more you kind of talk about how magical it all is and how it's all unfolding, you just know that before you know it, we'll be laughing after this because we'll be going, oh my goodness, and then this happened, that happened, and this happened. In fact, sometimes I don't even write on Facebook as many things as I used to because I just be like, oh my God, this happened, oh my God, this happened, oh my God, this happened. And I just can't keep up with it. I'm like manifestational overload. So I just take that as part of my day now, that's just normal.
Do you know, I remember, I'm sure it was Freeman and Barnett were once talking about that on Cutting Edge Consciousness. The fact that, because at the time it made me think, oh gosh, me and Jackie are always like, synchronistic, law of attraction in action, synchronistic. But that actually everything's synchronistic, and when you're that tuned in and you've cleaned up your vibes, like you said, you could literally just be saying it all the time. It's good to celebrate, but yeah, you kind of...
Oh, yeah. And I think as well, it was really good to have that period of time where it was just really noticed and really, you know, get really excited about it all. Like, whoa, this is just amazing, you know? Yeah. And like, it's good to still be excited, but now you just go, oh yes, there's the, you'll see numbers coming up, and you'll see, oh yes, that matches that, and like I was saying with that dream with what happened on Google Hangouts. It's all like these little things. They're all kind of matching, and you're like, oh yeah, of course, that's how it works.
Yeah, it's more in flow, isn't it? I mean, I've just completed my Reiki level 1, did the training the last couple of Saturdays, and I feel my energy's more balanced. And you've just reminded me, probably last time we did Very Nice High Vibes, or maybe it's a few months ago, it was like, wee, whoa, oh my god, love attraction, and it was just like all the Facebook posts and stuff were like, wee, woo, yeah, and yeah, there's still that excitement. But now it's more natural. I really feel a sense of balance. So rather than it being all the way up and then you hit the floor down, you clean up, you go up, it's a bit more like, yeah, this is evening out.
I would say as well, I mean, I'll speak to you, but obviously you can say something different. I would say that as well, for us, I think we've probably cleaned up a lot of contrast later. Yeah. Well, last year it was a lot of time cleaning up contrast after contrast after contrast. Therefore, something would come up contrasting quite strongly, and then because we just get such clarity, it would just be like exhilarating, and we'd just be like, and we described it as coming in on a surfboard. We're like, whoa, oh my god, it's amazing, And I think it was just such a fast ride from the contrast coming in. Now, I would say that, and I still have contrast, but I would say that overall, there's a much higher kind of energy to the way I am in general. So when I get a really inspired moment, the ride is not as, you know what I mean? It's not as like electrifying. Because if you imagine when you get that clarity, you open up and it lets so much energy and connection in. Well, no wonder that's why you're like shaking, because it's just that so much energy is coming through and you're not used to it. Whereas we're probably a bit more used to that energy coming in and just kind of being more kind of like,
letting it in. Yeah, I guess that's why I mentioned the Reiki, because I've been doing kind of like self-treatments, letting the life force energy come in, and it feels different to how it used to. Like if I had somebody do Reiki on me, or if I was doing my breath work or meditation, and that's something I don't do a lot. I know you're pretty good with meditation, but for me, it was like I'd do it rarely, and then I'd get this big burst of energy, and like, the shaking, the plugged into the universe. Whereas now, I still get that sometimes where it's a burst of something happening or a burst of energy. It's fun, but it's different, much more mellow, much more like, this is what life's all about. This is how it should be. Yeah, I think I'm getting a bit of an echo actually. Can you hear me at the moment?
Yeah. No, it was just something went clean.
Yeah, I was getting an echo at my end, and that reminds me of what Bashar says, so maybe it's an echo of the energy flowing now.
And I think as well, what I noticed was that, like within that intense energy coming up, and now I'm more kind of like, rather than just putting everything out, I do kind of work more on just sort of, as well, when you get to that state of mind, like to kind of keep calm the mind. Yeah. So it's like if you enjoy the energy and you allow it in, but it's just that it's not your brain kind of going off on one, because the next thing you know, you can end up with a headache, and you're like, oh, So it's like when you get to that excitement coming, it's just like let it in, breathe it in, let it in, you know what I mean? And then it kind of, you expand with it rather than just being like, whoa.
Expand's the word, it's the expansion. Definitely, we've expanded to allow it in now, and I'm sure. I mean, I'm looking at the time. We've got minutes now, and I just kind of wanted to say it's like I talked on a video the other day about being on the Game of Life level number 3. And I'm doing my 3rd season of the 21 Days of Magic. But what I meant is, it is like the different levels. So it's like you expand, and then you've got another level, and there might be other contrasts to clean up and other situations to deal with. But as you move forward or flow forwards with it, you're constantly expanding, and it's like you can just take more on board. People keep saying to me, how do you do so much, Liz? One of my clients said it the other day. She was like, how do you do so much? And I was like, well, I've got more time than I've ever had. And it's like, as I've expanded, my time's expanded with me. And I'm like, I love this. I love it. And I've just mentioned that we're got a few minutes left, but we'll slow the time down now. The time will go really slow. So go on, I'll hand over to you for a minute.
Well, no, that's been lovely, and it's nice I could sort of see us sort of checking in every sort of month or something now, because I think as well you need to have time for things to happen and to, reflect, and it's nice to share like that. Yeah, it's just been wonderful, and it's just a nice constant unfolding, and yeah. So I'll say goodbye to everybody. Goodbye.
And I'll say goodbye, and I'll say to the, put it out there just every now and again, once a month. We'll check in and share with everybody. And to be fair, in the meantime, they can keep up to date with us online, offline, any line, wherever we are.
Yeah.
Maybe up there in the ether of the universe whilst dreaming. Who knows? I'm sure we'll see everybody somewhere. So yeah, bye from me. And make us a video if you've got any comments. We'd love to meet you as well, wouldn't we, Jackie?
And also, we never mentioned this. You're at Liz Green Live now, aren't you?
Yes, I am. My YouTube channel is youtube.com/Liz Green Live.
And I'm the Happy Jackster. So if you just want to find me there, we're at Very Nice High Vibes, which is where you should be now, I think.
Yes.
And we're at Facebook. So I'm under Jacqueline Wood. You're under... What would you prefer people to?
Liz Green, the Law of Attraction Queen. Or wherever you find me. I think my actual page is up to about 4,000 now, and I think you're allowed 5,000. But my fan page is better because you can always connect with me. I'm there every day, playing out, having fun, just like you. Yay!
Oh, bye, see you. Bye.